Hello everybody, this is Magnetar Prime, and here I have the Transformers Generations figures, Swerve and Flanker. These two figures are part of the third wave of Transformers Generations Legend Class 2-pack that was released in the year 2014. Now I'm gonna bring this package closer to the camera. As you can see, we have a nice art graphic design right here on front, and it is for the figure Swerve. And then we have the figure Swerve transforming to his robot mode, and Flanker transforming to his vehicle mode. We also have a thrilling 30th Transformers Anniversary logo right here, and I'm going to rotate this around, and we have another picture of these two figures transforming to their vehicle mode and into their respective robot mode. We also have the bios right here for this figure, and we have the technical specification, and I'm going to read them. And for Swerve is Strength 6, Intelligence 8, Speed 7, Endurance 8, Rank 6, Courage 7, Fire Blast 2, Skill 7. And now for Flanker, we have Strength 8, Intelligence 10, Speed 9, Endurance 8, Rank 8, Courage 8, Fire Blast 6, and Skill 10. So that's all for the packaging, and now let's get these two figures out of the box. And here we have Swerve and Flanker out of the package. Swerve is a character from the Transformers Generation 1 family. He's portrayed as an outgoing, enthusiastic and sarcastic Autobot. He has bad aim and also gets easily distracted when he's on the road, and he is usually in constant need of repairs because of it. As you can see, this particular mold is a very nice representation of the Generation 1 character Swerve. Now if you look at the head sculpt, it does have a very nice design. It has a blue visor right here, and you can actually observe the details sculpted right into the plastic mold, such as the nose and the mouth of this figure. Right on the chest section of this figure, we can see in the middle a nice Autobot logo, and also right here we have some kind of a ventilation system for this robot or this figure, which has been painted in a silver color, and it is a really nice feature. Now the legs, this section right here is also painted silver, and this is what it looks like from the backside view. And this figure, as you can see, doesn't have any backpack or anything like that, so it stands along very well without any issues. Now the paint job applied to this figure is definitely a very nice representation of Generation 1 Swerve. Now for articulation of this little figure, because the size of this figure is probably about the size of a Legion class Transformer figure, now the articulation on the head is limited. It is not on a ball joint, so all you can do is move it up and down. That's just about it. Now the arms, they're on a ball joint right here as well. You can rotate it 360 degrees without any issues. And the elbow articulation for this figure is also on a ball joint. Now you can see it goes up to 90 degrees. Now the hands are actually sculpted right into the plastic, so there's no articulation for the hands at all. This figure also doesn't have any articulation on the waist. Articulation on the legs is good, you know, it's also on a ball joint, and the legs can be moved up and down and to the sides without any issues. It also has articulation on the knee right here, 90 degrees. So you can already expect this figure to be very possible. This is what it looks like from the backside view. And again, I really like this figure, and I've been looking for this figure for a while, and I actually found it today at Super Target for $9.99. Now I'm gonna set this figure aside real quick, and let's talk about his partner, which is Flanker. Flanker's original name is Sky High, and in the Generation 1 family, this character is actually a Micromaster. Hasbro changed the name to Flanker due to trademark reasons. Flanker transformed into a navy blue drone jet based on the Sky X and Barracuda design, featuring a new wing configuration. Now I'm gonna bring this little figure closer to the camera, which in my opinion can be easily considered a Target Master, because it doesn't just transform into like a little drone, but it also can be transformed into a blaster, which is very nice. Now the paint job applied in this figure is really cool, and the head sculpt, it looks really nice. It doesn't really have a lot of details. As you can observe, all of the head is painted, or at least the face has been painted red. This figure does have nice Autobot insignias painted right on the wings. And articulation for this figure is very, very limited. As you can see, pretty much the only articulation is just the arms, and everything else is just for transformation purposes. This is what it looks like from the backside view. And this section right here is actually gonna become the handle once this figure is transformed into his blaster mode. Now I'm gonna set this figure aside here real quick, because I want to show you the blaster mode of this figure Flanker. and I'm gonna transform it right into the blaster. First thing you have to do is just gonna fold this down, and we're gonna pull it down just like so towards the front, and this section right here we're gonna push it down. This is gonna be the handle for this weapon, and the wings we're just gonna fold them all the way up, and this is it. This is Flanker's third mode, which is a target master mode. As you can see, this weapon looks very nice. It does have a lot of details sculpted. Like you can see right here on the front, the barrel right here, it's got like 3 holes in there. And again, this figure looks really nice, and it definitely was very well designed. Now I'm gonna show you what Swerve looks like when he's holding up this weapon. And here we have Swerve holding up the weapon, which is Flanker. Now I'm gonna bring it closer to the camera so you can see more of the details. Again, this little figure is really cool, and now right after I got Swerve, I have to get Cosmos, but for some reason I don't find that figure anywhere, so I guess I'm gonna have to buy Cosmos online. But here we have Swerve holding his weapon, which is Flanker, also known as a Sky High. Here for our first size comparison, we have the Transformers Reveal the Shield figure Bumblebee next to Generation Swerve. Now I'm gonna move them front to front. As you can see, the size difference is very obvious. So Swerve is a very small figure. It could easily be considered about the size of a Legion class Transformer figure. Now let's get Bumblebee out of the way. Now let's compare Swerve next to Generation's Hoist, which was also released this year, 2014. Now this is what they look like front to front. Hoist is a deluxe class figure. This is what they look like from the backside view. Now let's get Hoist out of the way. And this time we have Swerve and Flanker next to the Transformer Generations figure Autobot Scoop. This is what they look like from the front side view, or front to front. And Autobot Scoop is a deluxe class figure. Now let's rotate these figures around, and let's bring the next one for another size comparison. And this time we have Flanker transforming to his Target Master mode, and Swerve right next to Cybertronian Optimus Prime from the Generations line. Now this is what they look like front to front. So as you can see, the size of this figure Swerve is it is kind of small. Now let's rotate these two figures around, and let's get Optimus Prime out of the way. Now let's compare this Transformers Collectors Club exclusive figure Depth Charge next to Swerve. This is what they look like front to front. And this one right here, this exclusive figure, is very nice, and I really like all of the colors. Now let's rotate these figures around one more time, and let's get Depth Charge out of the way. How about we compare Swerve next to the Transformers Generations Voyager class figure Blitzwing. Now let's move them front to front, and again the size difference is just tremendous. Now this is what they both look like from the backside view. Now let's get Blitzwing out of the way. And here for our final size comparison, we have the Generation Swerve figure next to the KO Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. And this is what they look like front to front. And let's rotate them around to see the backside view. Now that you have seen all of this size comparison of Swerve once he's transforming to his robot mode, it's time to get this figure transformed into his vehicle mode. And now I'm gonna transform these two figures into their vehicle mode. The first one right here, Flanker, the transformation process is very simple. All you have to do is fold this down and fold the wings down, and that's it, done. You know, as you can see, this is a very nice little drone. The paint job applied is really cool. You cannot really see any cockpit here again, but this is supposed to be a drone, so there's no need for a cockpit. Now you can see there's an Autobot insignia that has been applied or has been painted right here on each of the wings. Now this is what it looks like from the underside view of it. Now you can see the robot right here and the wings and everything. Now let's get Flanker out of the way, and let's gonna set him here real quick. And now let's focus on Swerve and his transformation. Transformation for Swerve is really simple. Now the only thing that I'm concerned about this figure is that this section right here, this panel, in my opinion, is a little bit too close to the windshield right here, and maybe an issue down the road with some time. Hopefully it doesn't affect the paint job of the windshield. Now to get this figure transformed into his vehicle mode, what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold this section all the way to the front, just like so. And now we're gonna work on the arm section right here. We're gonna fold this down just like so. I don't know if you saw that, but we're gonna open up this section just like so. and we're gonna fold the arms, or we're gonna slide the arms right in here, and there's a little section right here, and there's a tab right here on the arm, this one right here. So we're just gonna insert this section right here, and we're gonna do the same with his other arm. We're just gonna push it in, and we're gonna tap this section right in here, and as you can see, this is gonna form most of the cabin of this vehicle mode. Now we're just gonna fold the legs towards the front, just like so, and we're gonna do the same with the other leg right here. I'm gonna fold it all the way towards the front, and now we're gonna tab them both together. And this is pretty much the entire transformation process for this figure, Swerve. Now this is a very nice vehicle mode. It definitely, the paint job applied was definitely very well done. I really like it. Now once you're transforming into his vehicle mode, you can see all of this section right here, which is all of the panels, and this section right here seems like it's not really closing all the way, but other than that, I really like this vehicle mode. Now you can see on the front side it has a grille, and the paint job applied is really cool. You can see that the headlights and the grille has been painted silver, but the bumper has been painted white. Now the wheels doesn't have any issue at all. They do rotate without any problems. And this section right here, the rim also has been painted silver. Now the backside view, we don't have any tail lights or any license plate right here. This is what it looks like from the front side view or the top side view. And we can see there's a peg hole right here, and I'm going to show you what it is for in just a second. Now, like I mentioned before, this figure doesn't have any issues rolling. Now, Flanker can also be pegged right into Swerve's vehicle mode once he's transformed into his target master mode or his weapon mode. Now I'm going to show you that real quick. I'm going to move this towards the front, and we have the weapon mode for Flanker. Now I'm going to tap this right on the roof of Swerve, and here we have a little nice gimmick which allows Swerve to get this weapon right on the roof. Now this section right here is a little bit loose, and it doesn't feel very tight at all, but I think they were just trying, and like I say, it's a very nice option. You don't have to, but just in case you want to know. Now I'm gonna set this guy aside real quick. I'm gonna transform it back into his robot mode. Here we have him. Let's set Flanker right on the side for now. Now I'm gonna bring some other Transformers figures for a quick size comparison. And here for the first size comparison, once Swerve is transforming to his vehicle mode, we have the Transformers Universe figure, Nemesis Prime, and the BTS add-on trailer kit. As you can see, Swerve vehicle mode is very small. Now I'm gonna set this trailer aside for 1 second, and I'm gonna show you side to side next to Nemesis Prime. So this is the actual size of the figure Swerve once he's transforming to his vehicle mode. Now let's move them front to front. And I don't know about scale between these two figures, at least once they're transforming to their vehicle mode. But again, these two are very nice vehicles. Now let's get Nemesis Prime out of the way. And here we have Swerve next to a third-party Transformers figure. And this one is T-Bone, made by Fans Project. This figure is actually part of the Combiner Menasor. Now let's move them front to front. As you can see, the size difference is not that big. And this one right here, this third-party Transformers figure, is actually kind of small. Now, let me bring this closer to the camera. Now, let's get T-Bone out of the way. This time, we're gonna compare Swerve next to another third-party figure. And this one right here is Patrol Specialist, made by iGear. As you can see, the scale seems not to be in place, at least not right now. Now, let's move these two figures front to front. This is what they look like. Now this one right here, Patrol Specialist, is actually a Voyager class figure. Now let's bring the next Transformer figure for next size comparison. Now let's go ahead and compare the Reveal the Shield figure Rodimus Prime next to the Generations figure Swerve. This is what they look like front to front, and Rodimus Prime is a Deluxe class figure. Now let's rotate these two figures around real quick for the backside view. And let's get Rodimus Prime out of the way. And just in case you want a size comparison between Swerve's vehicle mode and one of the Seekers, here I have the Transformers Generations figure, Thundercracker. Now let's move them front to front. And as you can see, the size difference is very obvious. Let's move Flanker out of the way. Now this is what they look like from the backside view. And again, the size for this figure right here, Swerve, is kind of small. Now let's get Thundercracker out of the way. And here for our final size comparison, we have the Tommy Takara Easy Collection figures, Hound, Bumblebee, and Trailbreaker, next to Generation Flanker and Swerve. Now let's move these figures front to front so you can have a better size comparison of this. And like I said before, this figure, Swerve, is kind of small. Now let's bring Trail Cutter here real quick. Now let's move them front or towards the back side view. And now that we have seen Swerve and Flanker transform into their respective vehicle mode and robot mode, all I have to say is that these two little figures are really cool, and it definitely should be a great addition to your collection. Flanker was repainted and released as Generations Eclipse, and Swerve was also retooled and repainted as Gears. Now this figure right here is a very nice representation of the Generation 1 character Swerve. And with this, I conclude this video review of the Transformers Generations figures, Swerve and Flanker. This is Magnetar Prime. Until next time. If you like this Transformers video review, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Magnetar Prime, or stop by my Facebook page, Magnetar Prime Reviews. This is Magnetar Prime. Until next time.